Good morning, everyone. You're watching Barnstable this morning. Joining me now is Ian Sinnetti. Ian is a DJ and the MC for this year's Pops by the Sea. So excited to have you here.
Hi.
Are you excited for the MC gig?
I'm really excited, and I appreciate the opportunity to play with all these great artists as well. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. This year is a little bit different. They're actually having, the guest conductor is the Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, well, actually, the conductor is Keith Lockhart, but the Blue Man Group will be a performing arts group that use creative instruments, and it's a very visual kind of show where they bang around on plastic pipes, making sub-bass sounds and dance around, and they play upon modern technologies and incorporate that into their music, and maybe even a little political, but yeah, they're often making points about our confusing technological world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sort of a thought-provoking performance.
Definitely.
We could have in store.
And I think they've toured the world, and they've touched people's hearts everywhere they've been, really.
And so interesting, you're not only going to MC, but you're also going to perform. You're a DJ. Tell me
Yeah.
a little bit about your DJ work.
Sure. Well, the plan for the pre-Pops by the Sea party is for me to try and tie all the different artists together. So we have Cape Cod African Drum and Dance opening, and they are a very visual live group that will move around with their drums and maybe even get people out their seats to join in. They're going to open it, which is a great way to start things because that will really get things going. And then I'm going to try and bridge between the artists. So I'm going to play some African folk music from places like Mali, where one of their guest drummers is from. You know, a place where music has been turned on its head due to like wars and things like that, and festivals have been put on hold, and musicians have had to flee their countries, and you know, so it's a sad time for some of the music in that area, but I'm sure that will all be preserved, and we're lucky to have some people from there coming, so that's exciting. And Tara is their Cape Cod head, and she was inspired at Berkeley Music College, I believe, and did a semester out in Mali, and met some of these amazing guest drummers that she has in her shows. She met them out there and brings them, and they help her with her teaching program.
That is such fun. I have seen demonstrations by the Cape Cod African Drum Group, of course with Tara Murphy, and they are amazing. Just so much fun to watch, so vibrant and energetic, and the dancing is great.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think it's the way to start the show, really. And then I'm going to bridge music from there, move into South American music, and we have Clara Bossa Nova, which is a local Brazilian stroke Portuguese band, quite contemporary. They mix a little bit of pop music in with it as well. We're going to have a live performance by them. Yeah,
they're a pretty popular band locally.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen them at
really
Harvest. I think I saw you at Harvest one time there,
and
they were playing, which was cool.
Yeah, that's great. It seems like we have just a huge variety of people going to perform, and what an interesting concept to have it, you know, such a worldly performance. Yeah,
and we've got Michael Gabriel, originally from Trinidad and Tobago, who now lives on Cape Cod, and he is one of the few people that actually knows how to make a steel pan from a steel drum, which is a kind of a unique instrument, developed when, I guess, during World War II, when oil drums were washing up on beaches there. They found a creative thing to do with them, which was tempering them and creating musical instruments from them.
Wow.
Yeah, which is different from a regular drum because it doesn't have a membrane. It has it's actually the sound of the instrument itself resonating rather than having a string or a membrane on it.
Wow.
So I think it's called an idiophone. I did look that up earlier, but it's a special kind of instrument. And Michael, when I first came to the Cape, he was playing in Shango Axe, which is one of my favorite reggae bands of all time, which they encompassed brass instruments into their sound as well, which to me, being from the UK with the ska influenced reggae is a familiar sound to me that I really like too.
Now, was it difficult to try and figure out how to bridge all of these musicians, because they are so different and the range is so vast?
I am still working on it actually, but I'm trying to go on a geographical tour around the world, and I'm trying to find some nice folk music from which every country has. Trying to find some songs from everywhere, from New Zealand and Australia to Mongolia and China with the throat singers. I think people are going to be blown away when they hear some of the throat singing music. You'd think that there was electronic synthesis in it, but there's none whatsoever. And I was doing, world folk music from around the world, inspired by a music festival Peter Gabriel puts on around the world called WOMAD, World of Music and Dance, which I've been going to since I was a kid. And that combines all of the musics from around the world in a big festival with maybe 10 stages where you can pick and choose for the day who you see, with famous and small artists from all over the place, which is cool.
Yeah, it's very exciting, and I think let's talk a little bit about how the day, what time people can start coming and listening to some of these great performers, because this is sort of leading up to.
Yeah, this is the pre-show, I should say as well. So the main Boston Pops Orchestra will start at 5.
Right.
So this is all happening before that. So it's quite a long day program.
What time does this pre-show get started?
Yeah, this starts at 1 p.m.
I know so many people like to show up early to get a great seat out. A lot of people purchase lawn tickets and like to get there early, get that good seat, hang out all day, and enjoy it. So
exactly. Well, we've got lots of everyone to do.
This is a great way to do it.
Yeah, and we're hoping it's going to really, it's going to be heard through the town as well, because we're at the stage right by Main Street. So it should be ringing through Hyannis. It should be nice.
That's right.
Hopefully no one tells me to turn it down, but.
Yeah, no way. Not at Pops by the Sea, that's right. Anything else we can look forward to if we attend Pops by the Sea this year?
Yeah, we've got Alex Bacrelis, who's an award winner from the Arts Foundation, and he won a slot on the show for some of his work. I'm not sure exactly doing what, but he's also in Tripping Lily, which is a well-known Cape Cod band, and he's going to do like a bluegrass sound. And he's going to close our stage. So when I do my world folk music, the last half-hour segment, I'm going to dedicate it to Cape Cod artists and bring it full circle back to Cape Cod here, and he can close it. So I'll be playing a little bit of music from some of our local artists, including Sarah Swain and the O-Boys, Riley Coyote, and a few other people.
So exciting, so exciting.
June Billy All-Stars.
Yeah, and it's such a great event. Everyone comes every year. It really does raise money for a really fabulous local organization, the Cape Cod Arts Foundation, and they do so much for local artists. How did you get involved with the Arts Foundation and Pops by the Sea? Yeah,
I was lucky enough to meet Julie Wake at Truro Vineyards when Amanda from the Current Quarterly was putting on a fashion show that she helped with, and we were just talking in the garden there at Truro Vineyards, and some ideas came up, and I got the opportunity there. So it shows
perfect fit.
Yeah, I do love all the small events put on around the Cape by everybody. It's a great community here.
Now, have you ever been involved with an event this large?
I guess technically not. No, I mean I've played to crowds of a couple of thousand. I mean, I DJ'd at Glastonbury, which is 200,000 people, but they weren't all there to see me, to be honest. So I was in like a 2,000 capacity tent at that. So really, that's my limit. I used to play in a big club in the UK every week that had 2,000 to 3,000 people, and that was where I found my feet in DJing. And it was a great, one of the first steps for me.
Awesome. Well, Ian, thank you so much for stopping by today and telling us everything we need to know about Pops by the Sea. We're very excited and can't wait to see it.
Thank you very much for having me. Thanks,
and of course, my guest today was Ian Sinnetti. He is a DJ and the MC for this year's Pops by the Sea. For Barnstable This Morning, I'm Sarah Mannel.